Okay, so for the additive manufacturing applications for week, I'm doing two of them that are done by NASA or companies that are contracted through NASA, just because, everybody thinks NASA stuff is pretty cool, I guess. So the first one is a company called System and Material Research Corporation. They're a small aerospace and defense firm based out of Austin, Texas. They do a lot of aerospace stuff and defense things. You can see down there some of their projects. Smart munitions, improved fasteners for fuel tanks, and low-cost nanosilicon for energy applications. Like I said, they're a small company, about 20 employees. A contract from NASA, $125,000 to do a study on 3D printing food in space. So
Pizza printer.
they printed this pizza. It's an inkjet printer. Kind of funny to me. Like I would have pictured it being more like a Kickstarter type project, but NASA's actually was funding these people to do it. It was 2 years ago, so I haven't heard anything since then. So I'm assuming the project is no longer there. But yeah, basically inkjet printing. They take a bunch of bags of different ingredients. They put it up top and they print with it. Part of the reason for doing this, it's really based for long-term space missions. In the actual proposal, they say it can help with global food shortages, but I think that's bunk. To put it lightly, I don't see how being able to print food is going to solve anything if you can't grow it, but whatever. That's for them to figure out. Anyways, so like somebody said here, all the food in space is prepackaged, so there's relative limited variety. And you can imagine there's some reasons to have customized diets, like illnesses and injuries. So if you send somebody to Mars and they break a leg, you probably want to have a special diet for them to help mend that. Yeah, probably not pizza, but
There's extra calcium in the cheese.
but there's probably something specific that you want them to eat, and you would have to prepackage a whole lot of different foods to get all those different varieties. So with this, you can customize meals, and obviously this wouldn't be the only thing you do for long-term missions. The goal is to supplement hydroponics with it. All right, so the second one I'm doing is United Launch Alliance, and they're based out of Denver. It's a it's a larger company. It's a joint venture between Lockheed Martin and Boeing. And you can see the three different rockets on the bottom that they're involved with. I forget exactly which ones they are, but it's like the Delta 1, 4, and Ares 5, I think. Yeah, and involved with a lot of stuff with those rockets, like program management, engineering, testing, and mission support. And the part that they made was a duct for environmental control system. They used a Stratus Fortis 900 MC printer. It's an FDM printer. The filament they used for it was a Ultem 905 filament. It's a polyether polycarbonate blend, and the reason they chose that is because it's applications for high temperature. So what this does, it delivers nitrogen to the rocket booster, or for the electronics for the rocket boosters. The original way they made the part had 140 separate pieces that they had to assemble. So this reduced it down to 16. And they said that because of that, there was a 60% cost savings by reducing the assembly and install times. And those are the references.